Hello, hello! It's Nia Dan.
And I'm Felicia.
And we are playing. I almost said the thing that we say to kids when we do this thing.
Yeah, me too. I don't know how to say my own name anymore unless it's with the intonation that we're talking to kids.
Yes. Alright, so we're back with more Necrobarista. Necrobarista, even. I don't remember what we're doing. We're moving some boxes, apparently.
There was the new people, remember?
Oh yes, we
The
saw
new
there's like
kids?
3 new characters. Yeah, 2 kids and a woman that Maddy seems to have a crush on. And now we're moving boxes. That's the last one, I reckon. Does it have the magic caps in it? I think so. You can just call them caps.
Oh, I thought you meant the Pokemon. The Magikarp.
Magikarp? Probably not Magikarp. They're built for something different. But look, it's Ashley's hand.
I want to give Ashley a hug.
I refuse to use non-specific language. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're in there. They're in here, even. Okay, what about the thing? I thought you didn't want to use non-specific language. You'll have to be a little bit more... Oh, you know. The thing. Sparky thing. Ashley likes having friends who can understand her even when she fails to be specific.
I too. That is my entire life. You know that thing, the one we went that place that time?
No. But you do. Electric.
I don't. That's why I have to ask people.
Sweetie, how long have you been awake? It is better for you if you don't know, I think. Do you mean the voltage regulator? That's the one. Good job. It's in one of the other boxes. I didn't think we needed another one, though. Are you kidding? The last one literally melted. It's a good thing I have an extremely sick metal arm, otherwise I would have been badly injured. Ashley's prosthetic arm is a point of pride. She wouldn't trade it for anything, not even the arm that it replaced. Yeah, thank you. I realized that Maddy has tails, like coattails, not like animal tails. Yeah.
Maybe they are like wings.
I doubt it though. I mean, there's nothing magical about Maddy with the exception of her running a magical cafe.
Maybe she's a fairy.
Maybe. I shall check.
Have we seen Ashley's face yet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Need some espresso? I think I will literally die if I have any more.
Can you take a screen?
Alright. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a bunch of screenshots again.
I often feel this way.
Hey, that's really mature of you. Nice job.
She's only 14. She's going to stunt her
whatever.
growth with all the caffeine. What?
You may have noticed that we have new hair.
Oh yeah.
Since last week. Felicia's is what?
Blue and green.
Blue and green.
I have blue-green mermaid hair.
Yes, she has blue-green hair. Mine is purple, mostly with some blue and pink streaks that you can kind of see.
Yeah.
Kind of like a little bit. When I go like this, can see. So you know, yay for new hair.
Yay! We can't travel, so you know.
Yeah.
New hair.
New hair. You can get me some chocolate if you want.
I also feel this needs to be like
Don't tell Ashley that chocolate has trace amounts of caffeine. At least it's not more espresso.
Oh, maybe I should bring some chocolate out here.
Sure thing. Be back in a moment.
Stop enabling her. She's only 14. You'll stunt her growth.
Oh, was this all a trick? Oh, hey dude, where you been? Hey. Just chilling. Are you high? Not much to do when you're waiting to die. Hey. Come on, Cooper. I know you're hiding down there somewhere. Oh. Hold this, will ya? Her ashlings are finally in the main story.
Cooper is not one of the ones we drew, right?
No.
Ours was Lovelace, Joper,
No, Kepler.
Jaeger,
Kepler. And the other one, which I forgot already.
Bendy.
Something. Did Ned really say that? Yeah. Do you believe it? I'm not sure. I forgot what he said. Well, it's not a lie. The most dangerous lies are the lies that we tell ourselves. Yeah. I mean, It's not the most dangerous. They're dangerous, sure.
Is he getting like eye bags?
But we also live in the world of misinformation, so. But it's not the whole truth either. He does look like he has eye bags.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like, is that what happens as you?
Yeah, and I don't quite have the time to untangle it for you. Oh, right. He was telling him about how to stay.
Oh.
So, like, Ned ran for a long time, right? And then he became a servant of the Council of Death. And so, because Kishan's trying to figure out a way to stay so that he doesn't have to go to whatever's after this. Untangle. Maddy's the sort of person who to weave tangled webs without too much consideration for who's going to
Maddy,
untangle them. I've got a hungry teenager downstairs and a summoning ritual to complete.
Oh.
Ah, she's part of this too? Don't you take that judgy tone with me.
What is she summoning?
Hey, far be it for me to moralize at you. Getting a lot of that these days, mate. I'm just trying to keep everyone happy. Yeah, I don't know. What is she trying to summon? Tough gig. But yeah, he's looking a little bit rougher, huh? Around the eyes and the nose.
Like a zombie.
Like a zombie. Ooh, that was a good wipe. I'll say.
Oh.
Ooh. Alright, now if you can solder those two wires. Solder, right? Solder. It's been a long time since I've used that word in a sense. No, not those ones! Bloody hell. Who programmed you? Bet she's a jerk. Incredibly intelligent, but a very bad programmer. Ashley has learned how to program exactly the minimum amount of she needs to, and not one iota more. You're talking about yourself, right? Wow. Oh wow. You're really out of it, huh? Oh yeah, because last time she threw it right at Chase's head. Where'd you even pull this from? Leg holster. You aren't wearing a leg holster. Hey, Joe!
Hey, Joe.
Buenas noches. Yes, very good. What'd I miss? Not much.
Maddie has not Maddie. Ashley has not slept for days and if she drinks any more caffeine, she will die.
Yeah, she did say that. And Kishan's looking a little worse for wear. Like, he should probably get a move on to whatever's next, but he's trying really hard to stay instead. Arm holster.
Oh, and Maddie's summoning something.
Oh yeah, it's Maddy summoning something.
We don't know what.
Your prosthetic? It holds 6 million knives. Don't question me on this. I'm the expert here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the usual. Yeah, the usual.
It looks like
trees almost, right? Like they look like
Yeah.
roots. Yeah. Well, there is a big tree upstairs, right?
Oh.
The big white tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Need a hand? Dude, you should check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself.
Whoa.
Ashley!
Watch your mouth.
No, that's not what I meant. Oh. Yeah, I guess if you can help. Wait, what?
I think she thought he was talking about a hand. Because
Hold
he
on.
says need a hand.
Hey.
She thought he
Need
was
a
making
hand?
fun of. Yeah.
Oh, I see, okay.
I think she's high on caffeine. Look at her eyeballs.
Yeah, I think she misunderstood. No, that's not what I meant. Oh. Then, yeah, I guess you can help. Yeah, alright, I get it now.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Before I ask what you need, what are you even doing? Hold on. I just realized
Hmm?
I need to... There we go. Alright. What are you even doing? Maddy mentioned a summoning circle? Something like that. You ever wanted to live forever? I trade that for just having a second chance, honestly. Well, grab me that box, please. You can't just leave that hanging like that. Watch me. And while you watch me leave you hanging, you can go get that box. Oh, Kishan. Thank you. Yeah, so, this is really heavy. What's even in here? 100 meters of heavy gauge copper cable. In a basement full of magical items, this copper wire might be the thing most in danger of being stolen. It's easier to flip, at least. Yeah. There was a epidemic of wires being stripped. Not wires, pipes being stripped for their copper to sell.
How come?
Because you can get easy money for it.
Oh, why copper specifically?
I don't know. Because it's not as valuable as gold and therefore harder to track. I don't know. I'm literally pulling this out of my ass.
Don't listen to her then for actual information.
A bunch of capacitors and I'm going to wire together soon. And some various bits and bobs. That would definitely explain the weight. Oh, there's also a bunch of clamps. So what do you need? Validation. Validation, chocolate, coffee, a school system that doesn't punish me for having weird and niche interests. Yes! We all need that.
I feel also this I want.
Yeah. I meant more communism.
What?
Ashley is a real party girl. Party is capitalized. I don't think I can get you communism, sorry.
Oh, the writing is so clever.
Yeah. And isn't Maddy already getting you chocolate?
I want chocolate.
You're a terrible comrade, Kishan. If I wasn't close to hitting the LD50 of caffeine, I'd ask you for some coffee. So all you can do right now is give me that sweet validation. Okay. Your real thumbs up? Good humor. I don't know what sort of validation you want here. I feel like I'm stuck in a loop of trying things that are inevitably going to fail, and I don't know how much of it is my fault for not being good enough at a monumentally difficult task. Shit. Things just got real. I'm used to being effortlessly good at things. But I feel like my brain is full of bees on this one. And can I deal with failure? I don't think I can. Jesus. I'm not equipped for failure. My entire perception of myself is that I'm good at things. I'm gifted and talented and incredibly afraid that I'm going to let people down at a vital moment.
Oh no.
God damn, Ashley. This is that vital moment. But I just sit here, paralyzed. And I rationally know that a lot of this pressure is just me being hard on myself. I'm going to use it for therapy later. But Maddy and I, we tried this already. Ah, so it was in the past. And we failed pretty badly.
What were they trying to do though?
I don't know. It was a disaster. For Ashley, of all people, to call something a disaster, it must have been a real catastrophe. I can't understate how badly it turned out. So, even with all the prep I'm doing, is this enough? Did we learn enough to do it properly? Numbers and formulas in hard science are good, but I can't shake this feeling that I'm going to screw it up for everyone. I'm so afraid of letting Maddy down. There are few things we fear more than disappointing the people we love most. That's heavy as shit, mate. Thanks, Kishan. You reckon? Fully, yeah.
Why are you suddenly a 60-year-old man, Ashley?
Oh. I don't know what to say to that, except that I don't think Maddy would ever feel let down by you. I know I've only been here for like 2 days, but her and Che seem to really care about you. And I'm sure that extends to accepting you for who you are, limitations and all. Though honestly, I think you give off a pretty strong vibe of not giving a shit about your limitations. Or that you indiscriminately power through them with some sort of raw, caffeine-fueled fury. Anyway, you're immensely powerful and I'm terrified of you. Fair enough. I was never really super smart or gifted or anything. Sometimes the people who think they're not gifted were just never made aware of their gifts. Yes. Gotta do that too. Man, truths being laid down today. I just floated through school and work and never focused on much except having a good time. I can definitely imagine the sort of pressure you'd have on you, though, especially given how big this task is.
Is it about Kishan?
Don't know. I mean, if they tried it before, right, when Kishan wasn't around yet. So I don't think so. I think this is more about the debt. Somehow making things right somehow.
Maybe.
But Ned is not super happy about this. He was there in the first time they tried it, and he wasn't super happy then. He's like, it's not illegal, but you shouldn't be doing this, right? Copper is really valuable, versatile, and relatively more accessible. Many a professional kitchen will tell you that copper kitchenware is a serious investment. Yeah. You is this your way of ignoring all the heavy stuff that we just talked about?
No, because they have a time lag.
Yeah, but not this long.
Oh.
Good heat and electric conductor, all that. Yeah, it's true. She's right. Yeah.
No, but Joe also came on late, so she might be watching a little bit later.
Oh, maybe. I think Joe just didn't want to talk about the heavy stuff. So I can't say for sure that this thing is going to be easy or even successful. I do think it's important that you work on giving yourself a break from the weight of your own expectations. In the terminal, it can feel like nothing is easy. Even Sunday mornings come with their own set of trials and tribulations. Oh no, but it's easy like Sunday morning. But it's not an easy thing, I'm sure. My boyfriend is similar. He's very hard on himself when he feels like he's letting himself down. So, it doesn't go away? I don't think so. I think it just gets easier to deal with as you learn to be more empathetic to yourself. Self-forgiveness and all that.
What you nudge me for?
What do you think? It's often hardest to forgive someone when you're aware of all their flaws. It definitely took him a good few years to even begin to be able to deal with his self-imposed shame. I guess I can try that? Yes, I went back to watch a little and I'm absorbing the deep stuff now. Okay. You can try that. Or you can continue feeling super bad about yourself all the time. I mean, when you put it like that. Wait. Okay. Right? I hate how rational you sound. I know. I'm disgusted at myself. Man. Sup, nerds? Thanks, Maddy. What's going on in this thread? What? You're suddenly in a good mood. I maybe ate some of your chocolate. Maybe Maddy ate some chocolate. Maybe grass is green. Oh, I swear to God, if there isn't any left. Yes, we've been over this before. You'll comprehensively murderize me.
Oh, I like the word murderize.
You'd hate it if someone failed to be comprehensive when they went about murderizing you. I've seen some incomplete murderizing attempts, and they ain't pretty.
The chocolate is ashless.
Yeah. Don't worry, I only ate a little bit. Excellent! Is this enchanted chocolate or just normal chocolate? What about unenchanted dark chocolate? Where does that fall on the normal, abnormal chocolate spectrum? Ooh. Does he deserve to know? I don't know. I kind of like the mystery. It's completely normal chocolate, isn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. Can I have some then? Come on, you owe me. For what? Helping you set up all this. Oh yeah, that's fair. One little tiny square. This is totally normal chocolate. Yeah. Did you expect it to not be that? Well, you implied. We never implied.
You inferred.
You came up with that one all on your own. Damn it.
Wait. So, it's possible that that's still in the future and Kishan is part of one of the people there, because there are some people that we still can't identify, but they tried it before, but it's never on screen.
Maybe. I still think it's in the past, but maybe.
Because the reason why he knows about it is because he helped them set stuff up.
Oh.
And the setting looks like the previous time, so
Maybe, but I
I
mean,
mean, at
if
the
they're trying
start-
the same thing, it would look similar, right? If they're trying the same thing again.
Maybe, but maybe when they tried it, it's not on screen, right? So we don't know what the
Okay,
settings
I don't
like.
know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm bored. Later, dorks. Don't you run off on me, miss. This magic cat bank isn't even half done. I'll do it later. Things only have meaning when you assign meaning, Kishan. LOL. For now, I'm gonna take a nap under that table. If anyone disturbs me, come on. You'll be happy, confused, ticklish, extra hungry. I will
Murderize you.
mention me in your diary. Maddy doesn't keep a diary. All those thoughts and memories just stay cooped up in her head. One day she's going to run out of space or sanity.
Wow. What was she telling you about Maddy? It's Ashley.
I will exact terrible revenge on both of you later. Jeez, that phrase definitely doesn't start with an M. Bye. That is exactly when you want to use your animation budget. Hey. I'm not being too hard on her, am I? You? Nah, she thinks you're great. Good. I could probably stand to give her a break, though. There are a few people who appreciate a break more than Ashley, especially when it's a break from Maddy. I mean, just... I'm expecting a lot from her right now. Oh, are we gonna go deep again? She does seem a little overloaded. Fuck. Bet she'd tell me if things were too much, right?
No, she
No,
won't.
but she'd tell me if things were too much, right? I don't know. It seems like she idolizes you. Idolatry is a sin, isn't it? It can't be healthy behavior. Depends on the religion. I reckon she'd pretty happily burn herself out for you, you know? I just need her for the next 4 or 5 hours. Then everything will be okay. Is that when you're planning on performing the ritual? This thing? Yeah. What's it for anyway? Conduit ritual. Super forbidden magic. Oh, cool. Are you actually cool with this, or... Not hugely, actually. Why is that? That's a face. Well, you know, I was talking to Ned earlier and... Actually, don't worry about it. It's fine, I don't care.
Is she reading a book?
What's it do? Yeah, it's a magic book.
Oh yeah, she was looking at it
Yeah.
just now.
You know how I took a couple hours from you down here? Vividly. This is just a bigger scale version of that spell.
Oh.
Higher capacity. Who are you taking hours from? Nobody? Don't worry, bud. You're at a deficit already. When you get deep enough into the hole, you kind of stop worrying about climbing out of it and just accept your fate.
That's like every Hong Kong movie ever.
I can't touch you. Right. Okay.
What are you doing?
So even if you're
Maddy?
lying right now, shouldn't you have taken enough to pay off your debt multiple times at this point? Ha, the hours weren't for that. Maybe it just felt like hours. It can be hard to judge time when you're wandering around aimlessly. What the hell did you do with them then? Where'd they go? For our research, we use the following materials. Wire of copper, heavily drawn. Jasmine chalk, not Dover.
What is Jasmine chalk?
It's a brand, maybe? Or a type?
I'm gonna check.
Okay. Sustained electric supply of at least 20 volts. Car battery? Question mark. Capacitors composed of something. Need better durability. However, we believe extra components are required. Our conduit's properties are varied with the layout of our summoning circle, and despite the departure of our test subject during our trials,
Oh,
we were able to ascertain a number of efficiency-oriented refinements.
it's not exactly chalk. It is a national park that has chalk cliffs in Germany.
Oh, so they must make chalk
Chalk
out of
in
them.
it, yeah.
Certain kinds of optimization require real dedication to craft. as well as the absolute necessity of a living but non-sentient vessel to act as a so-called storage container. More testing is required, though obtaining a willing subject for future methodology evaluations without attracting the attention of the council will be difficult, to say the least. I stored them. In her tree? Maddy, what are you up to? All those hours are in this tree. It is in the tree. Yeah.
But why?
I don't understand. If you have a debt, why not? I'm very confused.
Is the tree somehow sustaining the cafe?
Huh. Shit just got real. Oh, hey. It's our buddies.
Lovelace?
Kepler.
Kepler?
And
Bob?
I miss eating.
I miss eating too.
Why? What was your diet like? I remember sushi.
Ooh, sushi.
Were you an animal? Sushi? Oh, no, because they're people, right?
Yeah.
Or they were people. Sushi? I thought you said you were a crab. Oh, well, yeah, I was eating fish, so that makes sense. What, you think crabs aren't dexterous enough to make sushi? Unquestionably, yes.
You were sushi. I don't think you ate sushi.
He could have, like, if he ate other fish, it'd be sushi,
What is
right?
this sushi?
What is this sushi? It's delicious, is what it is.
I think he was sushi.
He was a crab. Rice and fish and seaweed. Humans eat it. Yeah, they were animals. And crabs. I just don't know where a crab would find rice. Or a way to make good sushi. I also ate garbage.
Hey!
Yes, I also ate garbage on occasion. I think he was a dog, Lovelace. Or they were a dog. Unbelievable, you two. Unbelievable. Garbage is good for the soul. Garbage is garbage. It's in the name. What did you eat when you were alive then? Grass. Just normal grass.
Is it a cow?
Boring. Maybe. Or a horse.
Oh yeah, horses eat cows.
And tree roots sometimes.
Oh.
Panda?
Oh, pandas don't eat tree roots.
There are tree roots here, yes. Yeah, there are. Why don't you jump on them?
Why are you guys being mean?
Well, I'm not hungry. We don't eat. And also, more importantly, they are powerfully magical.
Oh.
Maddy needs them. If we damage things that Maddy needs, then Ashley will be disappointed in us. A suboptimal state of affairs. I can feel the power in them, too. However, I do not feel compelled to chomp on them. What a strange thought. Love to chomp. Chomp sushi, chomp sandwiches, chomp garbage. You're so weird. I always forget that we drew the faces. I just keep thinking those faces were always there. Like, no, we drew them.
No, they look smarmy. Especially Kepler.
It's kind of bummy that I don't remember the third one's name. Things start with a J? Jepler? That's not right. Joplin? Maybe it's James Joplin. Make your creator proud. Ooh. You can now speak to Samantha to experience the side story, Devil's Den. Ah. Oh, we're in... Okay. So what is this? Something Down Under? Okay. We're in story mode. Where is this? Ashley's Inventions 2. A letter from Sophie Cordova. The space isn't very big. Tanqueray 10. Tanqueray is a type of liquor. Amy Winehouse sang about it famously in the song where she cheats. Kepler, Lovelace, Kepler, and I don't remember the third one. All right, we'll start with Ashley's Inventions. Well, no, because that one will probably be funny. So start with the other ones. We have 3 other ones. I think this is the one that we have to read in order to get out. room to unlock the door. I don't see anything else. Unless something's hiding somewhere. I don't think so. Tanqueray. Alright, so we'll do something down under.
Okay. Do you want me to read it?
You can.
You're sounding a bit hoarse. Come on, I want to show you something. Tuan. For a moment, Tuan thought of grabbing Hannah by the hand to lead her, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Something about the idea of holding her hand seemed simultaneously too childish and too intimate for him to try this early in the night. Oh, where are you taking me? Said Hannah. Some place cool, said Tuan. Oh, Lovelace Kepler Jacobi.
Jacobi, thank you. I knew it was a J.
He located a ladder leading down from the lower level and gestured to it. Gestured? Yeah. After you. And now you're asking me to be the first one to jump into the gaping maw of whatever monsters might be lurking down there. Hannah shook her head ruefully. I've never actually seen anyone shake their head ruefully.
I'll show you.
What about a rueful expression?
A rueful expression? That's how you do it. I could be an actor.
Where have all the gentlemen gone? Tuan smirked. I think a gentleman might say ladies first. And I think a lady might say, I'll stand quietly behind you while you deal with this street ruffian. Go ahead, barrel face first into danger. I'll follow behind. Oh, barrel face first into danger. I'll follow behind. Well, said Tuan, technically I'm going feet first. You know, going down vertically and all that. Verticality and all that. My head is actually the last part of me that will be arriving on the lower level. Are you going to keep standing here, bantering, or are you going to show me whatever's down there? Said Hannah. You seem enthused by the idea only a few moments ago. I guess I just got distracted by your cattiness. Hannah got on the ladder on top of Tuan. Don't look up. Trust me, you won't get the show you're expecting if you do. Fine.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Tuan descended the ladder, keeping his gaze decidedly horizontal. After arriving on the ladder or the level below, he studied his feet until Hannah landed beside him. Hannah joined him in studying his feet. Oh, please don't tell me you're one of those freaks who's obsessed with his sneakers. Nah, said Tuan. Just the kind who finds the sight of his own shoelaces a safe distraction from whatever he's trying to avoid looking at. Oh good, said Hannah. Did you hear about the brawl in Darwin? No, said Tuan. Well, it was actually Darwin, California. You know those international news sites, always trying to sucker me into reading stories about what's happening in America. Anyway, no one was hospitalized, but several kids walked away from that store with black eyes to show their friends. I can understand that collectibles are a big deal, but come on, we live in a society.
We live in a society.
I don't think I'll ever understand sneakerheads. I like we live in a society, full stop.
Yeah, it's a meme now. We live in a society.
Yes, it is right now. We live in a society.
We live in a society.
Wait, there's actually a thing? Said Tuan. Yeah, said Hannah. You didn't know about it? It's really big with hip youngsters.
Yeah, sneakers are...
I guess I don't pay very close attention to the behavior of hip youngsters. Well, that's evident from the moment I laid eyes on you, said Hannah. But you seem adventurous enough. Maybe one day you'll encounter one of them. On that note, what do we have? What are we here to see? Tuan led Hannah to one of the portholes of the room they were in. Look at this. Whoa. That is indeed a porthole. No, I mean what's on the other side. Yep, said Hannah. That certainly is water on the other side of that porthole. Hold on, said Tuan. There's supposed to be... He trailed off. A what? I don't want to spoil the surprise, said Tuan. Well, you have effectively replaced my awe and wonder of seeing the sea through a porthole in the basement of a Melbourne cafe with a feeling of disappointment that I'm not seeing whatever it is I'm supposed to be seeing. I miss Melbourne. Tuan checked several of the other portholes. This is weird. It's usually... The sound of something landing behind them caused Tuan and Hannah to spin around and face the ladder they had just climbed down. A girl with twin tails stood up from a crouching stance and dusted herself off.
Ashley.
Did you just jump down? Said Tuan. Yep, said the girl. It's only 10 meters.
Fucking hell.
And to think we wasted our time climbing down the ladder like schmucks, said Hannah. So, Tuan stood gawking at the girl for a few moments. Sorry, I don't remember your name. I'm Ashley, said the girl. I guess turnabout is fair play because I don't remember your name either. It's Tuan. And I'm Hannah. You two know each other? Hannah said to Tuan as she pointed at Ashley. Yes, said Tuan. We know each other so well that we greet each other by asking each other what our names are.
Alright, come on.
That's a great greeting ritual, said Hannah. We should try to popularize it. You know, normalize introducing yourself by name, even to people you've met before. We should
That's
do
actually
that.
not a bad idea. I'm not gonna lie.
This is because I never
'Cause you-
remember anybody's name.
Yeah, you'll get rid of a lot of social anxiety that way.
Yeah.
To just run up to people and go like, "Hi, I'm a Dan." Doesn't matter if they know you or not. I think I'm gonna start doing it. I'm just like, "Hi, I'm a Dan."
You can
And
do
then
it
when they
every
look at me
morning.
and go like, I know who you are. Like, yeah, I know, but I know you know who I am. But I'm just that's how we're gonna do things now. Just in case one day you forget my name, you won't have to like worry about asking me
It's
and
true.
making me feel bad or making yourself feel bad.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have my forget your name face. I bet it would save some people from a lot of awkwardness.
Yeah.
Not everyone is
Yeah.
good with names, you know. That's a great idea, said Ashley. I'm gonna start doing that. Hannah shot a glance at Dawn and he grinned. So what are you doing down here? Said Hannah. Here to kick us out? Is this a no patron zone? No, it's not a problem, said the girl, but I was eavesdropping. Dawn's eyes widened and he looked at Hannah, but Hannah seemed to be more amused than upset by Ashley's appearance. And, said Ashley, it sounded like you were seeing what you wanted.
weren't.
You weren't seeing what you wanted to be seeing. So I thought I'd come down and take you lower. Oh? Where am I being taken now? Said Hannah. But 1,000 fathoms is where things start to get interesting, said Ashley. How much is 1,000 fathoms? Said Hannah. Ashley paused. It's about 1,800 meters, said Dawn. Oh, is it really?
I mean, no.
I don't know what a fathom is. I thought
it's-
it's a made up thing.
No. Fathom is you. That's how you measure the depth of a body of water. Usually an ocean. But I don't know exactly what the. Like I know it
Conversion
exists, but I
is.
don't know. Yeah, I've never measured anything in fathoms myself, so I couldn't begin to tell you. It sounds about right. 1,800 meters sounds about right for 1,000 fathoms.
You have no idea.
But I have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
Sounds like a lot of climbing, said Hannah. Guess I should have brought better ladder climbing shoes. That sounds like the lament of a non-sneakerhead, said Dawn. Oh, no need to climb, said Ashley. Just hang on a sec. Ashley walked up to a panel with several mechanical levers, and after several moments, the water outside the porthole began changing hue. What was that? Said Hannah. Swordfish. Swordfish, said
Swordfish.
Ashley.
Sword?
Swordfish?
Swordfish.
Swordfish.
W is silent, isn't
Swordfish.
it?
Scourge.
6 feet. Fathom is an old way of measurement. I don't think it's that old, Joe. I think people on the sea still use
It's
it.
because you're older than Joe.
I'm pretty sure it's still in use.
I think it sounds
Possibly more by like those still using imperial system, perhaps like the Americans, and whereas like the rest of the world uses the metric system, so maybe they're using meters and kilometers or whatever. But I know fathom is still in use.
I wonder why fathom, like, you know, people say I can't fathom something.
Yeah, I mean that's because it's deep, right? I can't fathom. I can't think about that. Yeah.
So deep.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was a sailfish, said Dawn. What's a sailfish? I never caught that on Animal Crossing, so I don't know.
I don't think it is an Animal Crossing. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you made that up, said Hannah. No, really, said Dawn. They're like a marlin, which I did catch on
Yep.
Animal Crossing, and they have a long bill like a swordfish. Swordfish?
Swordfish.
Swordfish, which I also caught in Animal Crossing, but they also have a broad, erect dorsal fin.
That's the fin on the back.
If you had left the word erect out of the sentence, I might have believed you, said Hannah. Why? No, it's probably right, said Ashley. I see him down here with marine biology books. He's a huge nerd, so I definitely trust his word over mine. Well, I'm glad that's settled, said Hannah. The part about you being a nerd, I mean. I think the sailfish with an erect dorsal fin still sounds kind of sketchy to me. Eventually, the room stopped descending and Hannah looked outside the porthole. Now I see what you were excited about. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Hey nerd boy, what's this one called? Duan tried to follow Hannah's pointing finger. Which one are you pointing at? That shark looking thing. It kinda looks as big as a whale. Oh, said Duan, that's a whale shark.
Yep.
See, said Hannah. I knew you were just making up
No,
names.
that's a real thing.
No, that one's right, said Ashley. That's one of the few I know because it's so easy to remember. Oh yeah, I do. All my animal and marine knowledge, and I think
Bugs.
plant and bug knowledge comes from Animal Crossing.
She doesn't know anything like about plants. She doesn't know anything beyond pumpkins and what was the other one that you could grow? There's something else we could grow.
Apples?
Oh yeah, on the trees, apples and. Although now she thinks everything grows on a tree.
Wait, apples grow on tree, right?
Yeah, apples grow on trees.
All the fruit that grow in Animal Crossing on trees actually grow on trees.
Are you sure?
Yeah, right.
Apples, oranges, pears. Cherries don't grow on trees. Cherries grow on bushes. Wait,
I have no idea.
are there cherry trees? Not kidding. No, I'm not sure. No, there is cherry trees. I take it back. There is cherry trees.
It's
There's
a
a whole.
cross-
Is there not a whole book series called Cherry Tree?
Yes, the cherry tree farm.
Yeah.
But also, I learned these things from Farmville a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Farmville. I remember Farmville.
Okay, it's a cross between a whale and a shark. Whale shark.
Yeah, I guess technically.
So
that's a
said.
tree.
So said Hannah. There is a level of the ocean where interspecies romance happens. There isn't actually any whale DNA in a whale shark, said Tuan. It's just that name because of its size. It's the largest known species of fish. Hannah shook her head. I've also caught a whale shark, right? Did we?
Yes, we call
Yeah.
whale sharks.
Hannah shook her head.
Except the money bags. Joe's right. Money bags don't grow on trees.
First it's a whale shark, then it's a shark, and now it's just a fish. Are sharks fish? No,
Yes,
right?
sharks are fish.
Sharks are fish. Oh, because they have to keep swimming because
Yeah.
they're not, yeah.
Sharks are fish, yes.
Tuan, the thing you need to know about making stuff up is that you need to stick to one version of the story. Sharks are fish, said Tuan. You didn't know that? I didn't. They have gills. Oh, that's right, gills.
Yeah.
This is my action for gills.
Why is that? That's just your action for swimming. Gills?
No, because when you swim, then the oxygen goes through your gills. So sharks cannot stay still. They have to keep doing this.
But why? But other fish can stop and still breathe.
You have to do this.
Remember when we go walking and you see all the ones in the canal? They also have
Maybe
gills.
they hold their breath
No, they don't hold their
for
breath.
a little while so that
Alright.
we can look at them.
Sigh.
I'm kind of surprised you don't know. I don't think you're the one who should be surprised by any of this, said Hannah. Everything you show me down here is thoroughly weird. Me not knowing that sharks are fish, that seems very normal to me. Hey Ashley, do you know that sharks are fish? Nope, said Ashley. This is my first time hearing it too. Must be another made-up Tuan fact about marine biology, said Hannah. Tuan shrugged his shoulders. I guess so. The truth is that I'm just really creative and good at making up so-called facts. The part about me being a nerd who spends all his time studying marine biology must be a lie. No, I still believe that part, said Hannah. Me too, said Ashley. The trio stood for a few moments, wavering between looking out the porthole and looking at each other. The awkwardness just hit a few seconds before Ashley spoke up. Anyway, I figured this is where you want to hang out, so here you go, 2,000 fathoms. Give me a holler if you want to go deeper. Ashley walked the ladder and disappeared through the hole in the ceiling. Walked through the ladder. That's it.
That's it. B. Yeah.
Okay.
So that turned out to be pretty funny.
But are they in the cafe? And the cafe can go.
Yeah.
It's a magical cafe.
I think that's, yeah.
Tanqueray
10. Tanqueray 10.
Tanqueray 10.
Yeah. And I assume that's the pronunciation because of the Amy Winehouse song. Samantha sat alone at the bar, taking occasional sips from her glass of gin. Samantha's the woman who came in that Maddy has a crush on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who looks a little bit like a succubus.
Yes. She wasn't sure that tonight was a night she really wanted to be drinking, but the comforting familiarity of the gin kept her raising the glass to her lips. The drink didn't set well in her stomach, but each sip left her feeling warm, and with each sip the knot in her stomach seemed to become less and less noticeable, and so she kept drinking. The green bottle had become something of a friend over the years, and with it she shared the kind of friendship born not out of any sort of affection, so much as one of familiarity and convenience.
Sounds like an alcoholic.
Drinking the Tanqueray neat took her. That means no ice or any mixers. Drinking the Tanqueray neat took her back to the first apartment she lived in after moving from her hometown in New Mexico to the parts of Melbourne that border the docks. The same apartment where she discovered that liquor was vastly cheaper when bought by the bottle than when bought by the glass in the setting of a bar. And that's true. And where she learned that the cinnamon and coriander, where she learned that the cinnamon and coriander gave the gin enough flavor without the need for mixers.
If I'm not mistaken, like alcohol was really cheap in Australia, like in the supermarkets and stuff.
Probably. The Tanqueray was her coming-of-age drink. and consequently she enjoyed a private relationship with it. Most of the alcohol she consumed in the past year had been on the job, but gin was something that she kept hidden away at home, for the private moments when it was only her, a green bottle, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Samantha emptied the glass, and for a moment continued to hold the empty glass up to her mouth, looking down her nose at the bottom of the glass, as if asking God for a sign that this was the time to stop drinking. She had no intention of stopping, but she figured it was worth giving the everlasting a chance to interdict if she was transgressing by drinking so heavily. No divine intervention came to stop her from raising her hand to signal Maddy for another drink.
Oh, she's at the bar.
There was a small throbbing inside her ears that seemed to think it was a bad idea, but she was sure that was the result of hearing damage and not the voice of God ringing in her ears.
Good to know.
She was fairly sure that she didn't believe in God, but something about her Catholic upbringing kept her occasionally checking in just to confirm that her suspicions that there wasn't anyone upstairs judging her on her hedonism.
The ruin of a Catholic education.
Still, if there was any time or place to question her lack of belief in God, a cafe that seemed to exist in the borderland between life and death seemed as good a place as any to do it. Her mother had told her that it was only by the grace of God that she walked the earth, and if it wasn't a force of God that kept this cafe's doors open, it was certainly something otherworldly. And that's it.
Interesting.
That was a bit short. I mean, I definitely want to go through their stories later, right?
Are those bottles on the ground?
Yeah, they're bottles.
Alcohol bottles.
Yes.
They're not green though.
Where's the other one? There it is. Yeah. A letter from Sophie Cordova.
Do you want me to read it? You're okay.
I'm okay. My dear Maddy, thank you for getting in touch with me. Or perhaps I should say, congratulations.
Is Sophie the one that scolded Maddy the last time for the things? Ooh, I want a fish tank in the house. Look at that. So
that's not a fish tank. That's a porthole.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't have a pothole, right? So I would like a fish tank. I mean, to build me a pothole, then I'll be
possible. Thank you for getting in touch with me, or perhaps I should say, congratulations. I make such a point of making myself hard to find that it's always a surprise to hear from anyone. Are you still thinking about the porthole?
Yeah.
I sometimes find myself fearing the day when I'll be contacted by someone who isn't a fan of mine and who is more interested in locking me away than seeking my advice. One might think that people interested in putting me away would be more capable and in possession of more resources than those like yourself who simply possess curiosity. And yet it's always the latter who manage to break through the veil I've erected between myself and the outside world. I think this woman was one of the writers of that book from a previous story.
What was her name again?
Sophie Cordova.
Sophie Cordova.
Cordova with a V. You're the first in over 3 years to manage this, and so it is now time for me to find another hiding place. If your next letter manages to find me, I'll truly have something to worry about.
Well, in real life, she's a mixed media artist based in Oakland, California.
Okay, so not her. You should probably add Necrobarista. If you're looking for a solution to the problem you outlined in your letter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My business is that of teaching people how to ask the right questions so that they can find the answers themselves, not giving the answers. After all, the most worthwhile answers are the ones I haven't found yet.
Oh, I don't know if it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say.
Okay.
You want to see? So I...
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so I think, I mean, we shouldn't say this out loud.
Okay.
Because there might be something in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, remember there was, in an earlier story, there was like, someone was reading a magical book or a magical, and it was like the foreword, and it was written by Sophie Cordova.
Okay.
And it was like about like how, like the kind of magic she was doing was deemed illegal by the council. She had to go into hiding.
Right. I vaguely remember now.
The answers, after all, the most worthwhile answers are the ones I haven't found yet. That being said, your question about time transference is an issue of special interest to me. The idea of storing vitality within a living, non-sentient creature such as a plant is one that I've long considered. So she's asking about the summoning circle that she did, and Cordova's answering. The issue has always been one of retrieval. If you did find a way to transfer vitality from a plant to a sentient creature, it would result in a tremendous discharge of energy, such a great discharge that I'm sure it would kill whatever subject was on the receiving end.
What are they trying to revive then?
I don't know if they're trying to revive anyone as much as they're trying to transfer that, or maybe not revive so much as give someone more time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who is that person? Is it Ashley?
Absorbing life force from something doesn't seem that it would doesn't seem that it would do you much good if it kills you in the process.
True.
Consequently, I've never experimented with this process myself. Even if I have earned a reputation for being a rule breaker, there are certain things that are simply off limits. Your idea of using a non-living soul as the target for transference is an interesting one. No risk of killing the vitality recipient if it's already dead. Of course, that would require finding a way to infuse a non-living soul with vitality in the first place. Wait, aren't the ashlings non-living things with souls in them? I'm confused now, right? They're inanimate objects that have been infused with some kind of soul energy, and that's why they can, talk and talk about how they were crabs in a past life or whatever. And being that most reanimation techniques involve a significant discharge of energy, using the vitality transfer as the trigger would effectively be killing two birds with one stone. Of course, reanimation is a far cry from necromancy, but if your only problem is one of living on borrowed time, well, you know better than I do how to resolve the particulars. I'm an alchemist, not a necromancer. If I can offer you one piece of advice, these kind of vitality transfers are not something to be experimented with. Any time that time is borrowed or lent, you are making an alteration to a ledger that the powers that be keep a very careful eye on. Even the smallest of disturbances is enough to attract their notice, and attracting their notice will put a quick end to any research you might be in the midst of. So if you're going to try vitality transference, don't experiment. Go straight for the end goal. If you're going to catch the attention of those whose attention you do not want, make sure that the endeavor is worthwhile. If you have a good reputation, it would be a shame to squander it on something so trivial as allowing a mouse a few extra seconds on this side of mortality. As they say, go big or go home. So Cordova is basically telling her to do it on a human. Don't bother her with. I appreciate you taking the time to write to me. You've given me new things to pontificate on, and perhaps one day you may see the results of that pontification in one of my future volumes. Yeah, so she's definitely the one that wrote those things, yeah. Of course, it should go without saying that you won't be able to reach me again, at least not the same way you did before. I've been found, and that means I need to do a better job of covering my tracks. While I rationally hope that I'll never find myself in a position where a fan's letter finds me, there is always a part of me that hopes that one of my readers will manage to track me down. Who knows, perhaps the next letter I receive at my next residence will come from you. But I'm sure that you have better things to do with your time than try to track me down.
She wants her to track her down.
There is a time to adopt the posture of a student and focus on learning. But it's obvious to me that you are someone who has spent plenty of time learning things and is now ready to do things. So do things, Maddy. Do big things. Do dangerous things. Do things that break the rules. Not all rules need to be broken, but if you're smart enough to find me, you're smart enough to know which rules are worth breaking. I'm grateful that it's always the reader that seems to find me, and never the demands to appear before some kind of tribunal or committee. I used to think that this was a long string of extremely good luck on my part. But over time, I've come to realize that those who wish me gone lack the insight of the people who earnestly read my work. Readers such as yourself, who are the only ones who truly know me well enough to understand how I think and where I would hide. Bravo, Maddy. You've demonstrated your ability to think like me. Now, you must learn to think like yourself. Yours truly, Sophie Cordova. She's a good teacher.
Also, I'm still angry at the writer.
Because they're too good?
Yeah.
Alright, last, I assume, is Ashley's Inventions 2, which should be funny. Remember, she was trying to get the thing off the ceiling. Yeah. Ashley's original ideas do not steal. Floor sweeper. My last experiment with the kitchen assistant V1 was a big success if you measure success in how quickly it was able to pulverize things generally. The throwing objects at the ceiling technique does not work for pulverizing carrots or celery for pulverizing carrots or celery for salads, but it is very good at pulverizing halogen lamp bulbs. This made me think about how much better it would be if the floor were self-cleaning. Ashlings can sweep up a bit, but usually all they do is move dust around and it's hard to get them to actually collect debris and put it into the trash. If the entire floor were covered with air jets, any small bit of debris that dropped onto the floor would get quickly whisked away toward a corner, where a vacuum or something could suck them up into a disposal chute. Do you know about central vacuums? Yeah? Okay. I've never had one. I've always wanted one, because they seem amazing.
Why?
Because then you just like sweep something into the corner, and then turn on the thing and it goes.
We have the central garbage.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
I feel like a central vacuum means that other people's stuff could also come into our house.
No. Well, because you wouldn't put it in a flat, like you wouldn't put it in a complex like this. You'd put it in your own house.
Oh.
Yeah. I assume.
We can have it when we have our porthole.
Having a bunch of air jets would require a lot of power to run. But air isn't the only fluid that could be used to carry carry dirt and dust and broken shards of halogen lamp bulbs. Water could also probably do the trick.
It's called air a fluid?
Yeah. The issue is that water would damage the floor. Ripping up the wooden floorboards and pouring concrete would solve the problem. And we could mold the concrete in a way that its shape directed the water toward a drain in the floor.
Yes, that is the simplest solution, Ashley.
That would mean no more need to sweep. We could just hose down the entire cafe at the end of the day and it would drain itself. Then it would be dry by morning. That's actually a really good idea that doesn't require any special equipment or specialized hardware once the floor is installed. I should copyright that idea to make sure that nobody steals it. Update. After several days of calling the Australian Copyright Council, I finally talked to a person who told me that what I want to cover mentions is a patent, not a copyright. After several more days of trying to contact the patent office, I was told that someone already used my idea. I wonder if it's possible to sue someone for stealing your idea before you came up with it. It's pretty unfair that I'm not able to patent an idea just because I'm too young to have had the idea before someone else claimed it. Knife Retriever Version 2. Oop,
Oh.
sorry. Wait, what happened? Oh, sorry. Oh no. My bad. Sorry.
Okay, the
Okay.
next one.
It's pretty unfair that I'm not able to... Yes. Knife Retriever Volume 2. Previously, I discarded the idea of using a large electromagnet to retrieve the knife that was lodged in the ceiling. My research has led me to believe that the knife in the ceiling is actually stainless steel, which contains iron. Iron is ferromagnetic, which is weird because you'd think that only ferro would be ferromagnetic, but I guess iron is too. Iron is ferro. Oh, Ashley. Fe. That's why iron's symbol is Fe.
I too am FE.
Yes. Also, I was able to find a gas-powered generator that could supply enough power to solve an electromagnet. Wait. Also, I was able to find a gas-powered generator that could supply enough power to run an electromagnet for a short period of time, so I don't need to worry about the circuit breakers. It requires a lot of gas, but luckily getting the knife down only requires running the electromagnet for a short period of time. I created the electromagnet by spooling the power cable around a piece of iron. The good news is that the electromagnet is great at pulling knives from where they are. The bad news is that it pulled all the knives from the jars that were within a meter of it when I turned it on. Also, the knife in the ceiling wasn't affected because it was too far away. I looked it up, and magnetic attraction follows an inverse cube law. I'm not sure what the opposite of a cube is. Maybe it's a sphere? But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense that objects further away aren't pulled as strongly by a magnet.
I was actually talking about her being a genius just now.
Yeah. The Beseecher 5000. After my lack of success with the Knife Retriever version 2, I asked Che for help and he lifted me up so I was able to pull the knife from the ceiling. He asked how long it had been up there and I said not long, and he said more than a day, and I said oh, it wasn't up for a day, which is technically true. I'm glad that asking Che for help succeeded, but I think in the future there needs to be a way to automate this process of asking Che for help. I think I need to create a robot with speech capabilities that is capable of asking for favors. Then I could have the robot ask for favors on my behalf. I think this is a good idea because usually when you ask someone for a favor, then you owe them a favor afterward. But if it were the robot asking for the favor, then the robot would owe the favor, not you. Then the person would ask the robot to do them a favor, and the robot would say, sorry, I'm only capable of talking to people, not doing tasks. Then if the person asked the robot to ask you for a favor, the robot would say, I'm sorry, my battery's running low, and then it would self-destruct. It would be expensive to build a new robot every time you had to ask for a favor, but it would be better than having to owe someone a bunch of favors after they helped you.
I feel like Ashley, right? She finds the most difficult way to solve a problem ever,
It's super
and then
easy.
she picks that way because to her it's the easiest. It's
like-
the way that makes the most sense.
It's like when you asked me to look in your mouth to see what the coffee was.
When she was talking about that, right? I was thinking like last time the way I organized things was just to write a list down in my notebook, but then now I have like a multi-pronged system that links my calendar to my productivity app to my notebook. And this is exactly what Ashley does.
I found another one. Fate of
Oh!
Icarus.
Ooh,
There's a cup here.
this one sounds like it's sad.
Maybe. It's apparently a Che story.
Oh.
That's the one we read. That's the
Oh,
letter
s-
from Sophie Cordova. Yeah. I'm just making sure.
Oh, let's find out more about Che.
Because there's usually 5 in a place. So that's why I was like, wait. So here we go. Fate of Icarus. The first thing Che noticed when he entered Ashley's workshop was that her workbench was not in its usual place. It had been pushed up against the wall. The second thing he noticed was that Ashley was sitting on the bench, her back slumped against the wall, evidently still feeling the effects of caffeine crash. "Hey," said Ashley. But her eyes didn't move up to meet his. That wasn't like her, like Ashley. She usually greeted people with her eyes before greeting them with her voice. "Hey kiddo," said Che. "You doing okay?" "I'm okay. If feeling tired and achy and yet somehow unable to rest is okay," said Ashley. "My mind is still amped up, but unable to do anything productive."
Hi, Ashley.
Yeah. Every night. "Why do I feel like this, Che? Is this my life now? Am I going to be
Oh my
okay?"
god, I want to take a picture of this.
Alright, hold on. I got it.
Wait, I want to take my phone.
Oh, okay. Che stepped up to Ashley's workbench and seated himself next to her. "I tell you to relax, but it sounds like you're already trying and failing. So maybe it's okay to be amped up and also tired?" "It's kind of the worst," said Ashley. "To be tired but also incapable of resting. It really is."
I can
Chase
sleep
mom.
well enough in the afternoon and while I'm watching TV though.
Tired but also incapable of resting described how he felt on most days. It had become such a familiar part of his condition that he forgot what it was like to be young, to have the kind of energy that Ashley always seemed to be brimming with. "I think you'll have to get used to that, kiddo," said Che. "I think you're just getting an early taste of what being an adult is like."
No, Ashley.
"That's not reassuring at all," said Ashley.
Don't be an adult.
"You feel like this every day? If you came here to comfort me, you're doing a terrible job."
So you realize the view is from the top down
yeah.
into the...
Now it shifted to the top down, yeah.
I wonder why, if there's any meaning.
I don't think so. I think it's just to show you a different angle in the room.
Okay.
Che frowned. He always considered himself a good teacher, but he'd come to learn that mentoring someone required skills beyond simply teaching them a skill. When it came to comforting people, in times of crisis, he always seemed to manage to find the right words. On day-to-day matters, however, "Well," said Che, "I think I spend a lot of days feeling how you feel right now. But luckily this will pass for you. And look at this look at it this way. You've learned something today, didn't you?" "Yes," said Ashley. "Maddy's in possession of powerful potions that can yield devastating effects, and she disguises them under innocent-sounding names like espresso." Che nodded, more a nod prompting her to continue than to display approval. "But also you have a terrible bedside manner." "Well, but you weren't forced to drink the coffee, were you?" "No, I did that to myself," said Ashley. "Is that what you wanted me to say?" "You were right, Che. I tried something new for the first time, and now I get to spend the rest of my life regretting it."
Is this entire thing just about her drinking coffee?
"Try a few hours," said Che.
I think it is.
"I'm pretty sure the regret will wear off as soon as you recover from this caffeine crash. After that, hopefully, it will be codified in a part of your brain that hesitates just a little bit when you're tempted to ask for a third or fourth espresso shot." And she continued.
Have you ever tried espresso before?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not a
No, I mean like I
Not a
think
Morlock.
it's too strong.
Oh.
So like I only tried sips of it. I've never had a whole espresso.
Oh yeah,
myself.
I've when I was younger, I can't do it anymore. But when I was like in college, yeah, you just shot espressos. You took espresso shots.
I think I was born with a bad stomach, so like.
Here's what I drank in high school. I drank shots of espresso or I drank shots of liquor. There was literally nothing else. I don't know how I survived college.
I think you talking about that means that you're old already.
Oh yeah, because I can't do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore.
Nowadays, I'm like, can you make me tea with milk?
Yeah.
I can't drink normal tea anymore.
Ashley continued looking straight ahead. Point remains, trying new things can be hazardous to your health. Actions have consequences, and the consequences can feel real bad. She opened her mouth and made a noise that was halfway between a gasp and a yawn. Like someone who had too much carbon dioxide in their bloodstream and didn't know how to correct that problem without making a face that resembled a fish. "Thanks for the lesson, Che. I'm never going to try ingesting anything new ever again." Che frowned again and tried his best to course correct back to something that resembled a useful lesson. "That's nice and all, but I don't think that avoiding new and novel drinks is going to protect you from ever encountering harm again." "Right, which is why I'm not limiting it to drinks," said Ashley. "No new foods. I've got a decent enough palate anyway. I think I'm good sticking to the same dozen or so meals for the rest of my life." Che looked at Ashley and hesitated for a moment. He wasn't sure that what words of wisdom he could impart to the girl, but he was pretty sure that words weren't the only way to get someone out of a slump. "Ashley, stand up." He stood up himself for fear of looking unwilling to follow his own advice. "Why?" said Ashley. "Because you can't." "I can't," said Ashley. "All the more reason to stand up," said Che. You should stand up to prove that you can. And if you can't, well, that's good to know too.
That's actually really good advice.
Ashley groaned and twisted so that she was lying down on the workbench. Che was about to object, but then she started rolling off the workbench and plopped onto the floor. Ouch. Che watched Ashley, not reaching down to offer her a hand. If she was capable of saying ouch, she was capable of asking for help if she needed it. Several painful moments later, Ashley lifted herself off the floor and shuffled backward until she was leaning against the wall next to her workbench. See? You thought you couldn't stand. But you can. Hooray for me, I'm overjoyed, she said in a tone that was clearly far from overjoyed. You can sit down if you'd like too, said Che, sensing that standing was actually a non-trivial feat for Ashley at this moment. She hopped back onto the workbench, but this time she sat perched at the edge with her legs hanging over the edge, rather than slumped back with her back against the wall like she had been when he had first walked in. That was a good sign. I don't want one bad experience to kill your sense of adventure, said Che. Look at what my sense of adventure has gotten me, Che. I flew too close to the sun, and now that I'm on the surface of the sun, the lights are all bright, and I feel hot and tingly all over, and I feel tired like it's summer all the time, and I really don't like it. I'm just like Icarus. That's not how the story of Icarus goes, though, said Che. Isn't it? Icarus didn't fly to the sun, said Che. His journey was limited to our atmosphere. He just got too close to the sun, and his wings melted. Ashley raised an eyebrow. Oh, is that what happened? Now the part of the beginning of the story where his dad tells him not to fly too close to the sun, or his wings will melt, makes a lot more sense. Classic foreshadowing. You're forgetting a part of the story, though, said Che. Icarus' father told him not to fly too high, or the sun would melt his wings. But he also said not to fly too low when crossing the sea, or his wings would get wet, and he would sink and drown. Wow, so Icarus flying high was actually brilliant. His wings melted, but he managed to avoid drowning. Ashley's voice was still monotone, but she was leaning forward. Well, no, said Che. He still drowned, because after his wings melted, he crossed into the sea. Ashley gave a nod of acknowledgement. Same results. The moral of the story is that you're doomed no matter what you do. No, said Che. He drowned, but before he drowned, he soared.
I'm not sure.
This is not...
I'm not sure you're imparting exactly what you think you were imparting, Che.
Also, the story of Icarus basically tells you to just hit the middle road. Like, be average, right? Like, don't go too high, don't go too low, just be average.
Or like, listen to advice.
Or listen to your parents, which I'm also not...
Listen to advice, not listen to your parents. This is a good advice.
You say so. Story still ends with him drowning, said Ashley. Every story ends with a death in some way, Ashley. The question isn't whether you will die or not. The question is, before you die, will you take the opportunity to see just how high you can fly?
Take picture.
This is not a good... I don't know, Jay. I'm not 100% on your team here on this one.
This is why they say, like, Maddy causes problems. Maddy causes tangles, and she doesn't care who has to untangle it. She's saying the exact same thing.
Yeah. I don't know, Che. There's a difference. Okay, so now we can exit right here. Here we go.
There's a difference between living your life and drinking 5 espresso shots until you die.
Oh, it's this door. Oh, it's upstairs. Wait, it's upstairs. It's the game room. Oh. Interesting. Who's this? Oh, it's the 2 kids.
Duan and Hannah.
This is a different... Let me just real quick. No, it's a story. Yeah, it's a proper story. That's why it gives you the yes or no. Where's she over in this corner? She is. Ooh, who's that?
Oh,
ooh, that's an interesting looking fella.
That's
the devil?
No, that's the succubus looking character.
Yeah, that's Samantha. But I meant this one.
Samantha, right? Oh, I don't know. It's a man, right? It's a mustache.
Yeah, it's a man. He's got a mustache. I just don't know who he is. Anyway, we'll continue.
He's the devil that you dance with in the pale moonlight.
Yes.
In the pale moonlight.
Well, we'll get to their stories eventually, both of them. I promise.
My face is itchy. Today, I dyed my entire face blue by accident because my hands are all dyed blue because of my hair, and then I think I touched my whole face, and then my entire face turned blue. And my dad looked at me. He was like, "Why is your face blue?"
I thought she was trying out for the Blue Man Group. I haven't heard those guys in a while. Day 2, 10 p.m. The terminal. Hello? Ah, what was that? I said, can I get 2 lattes? Yeah, sure thing. You want those takeaway or not?
Oh.
For here, please.
Is it
Go
the
take
guy?
a seat. I'll bring it over. Oh. Ah, crap. You right, mate? Yeah, all good. I should really get Ashley to do this. Sorry, what? Nothing. Just talking to myself.
So the guy that's
All
with
right.
Samantha, was he the owner of the bar that she works at?
Oh, maybe. Okay. Where's the broom? Oh, the croissants are $4. That's a pretty expensive fucking croissant.
No, it's not really.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the croissant is $4?
Yeah.
Wow. That's madness. Ashley! Where's the broom?
I want a croissant now.
Ashley? Groan. I need a hand. Come help me. Groan. Come on, I've got to find a broom. Groan. Atta girl.
I want an Ashley. I want to be an Ashley. Be the Ashley that you see in the world.
No, be the Ashley you want to see in the world.
Be the Ashley you want to see in the world.
Expressive. Hey, are any of your friends about? That's really close to the knife. Probably. Wow! When did you teach him to do that? I didn't. That one's just weird.
Aw.
Uh-huh. How you doing, kiddo? Sleep deprivation's kicking in. Sometimes I feel like nobody ever sleeps in this cafe. Except Kishan. Yeah, he has slept a lot while he's been here, hasn't he?
Oh, has he?
It's because you keep getting him drunk. What? I haven't done that once. Not you. I mean, you. So not me at all, but Maddy and Ned. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those brigands.
Brigands is a good word.
You're telling me.
I can't fathom those brigands.
How's Maddy doing?
Pothole.
Well,
Oh, what's happening? Oh,
I'm going downstairs. She's doing her thing.
I can't fathom those brigands looking through the porthole.
All right. Felicia's learned some new words today. Phew. How close are we to being How close are we to being done? I thought it said alone for a second. Fairly close. I'm not super worried about getting it done without Ashley either.
I'm worried that it's actually Kishan. Look at him.
Rad. Anyway, what were you saying? Just that I think I understand everything now. And? That's all? Well, I appreciate your restraint and not generously supplying me with your moral take on it. No worries. Don't want to be that guy. Dang, I'm actually going to miss you once you're gone. Wow, are those some honest feelings coming from you? Oops, wrong button. Doth thy icy facade crack? Does Maddy seem like the kind of person who hides behind a mask? Yeah, actually. A little bit. The correct word there is dust.
Dost.
Dost.
That's dost.
Does dost. Dost believe? Dost vidania? And please, don't make me take it back. Haha, I guess you really got into that whole boatman of the River Styx thing, huh? If you ever find yourself on the River Styx, be sure to give the boatman, or the barista, a friendly wave. The boatman on the River Styx, of course, being Karen, or Sharon. Is that what you think I am? Kind of, yeah. Interesting. Do you not feel that way? I don't know if the metaphor is that accurate, but I can see why you draw parallels, but this place serves more as an entrance? You don't have to come here on your way to the next place, but it's on the route for sure. Just a stopping point on the highway to hell. I'm sorry, we don't allow ACDC references here anymore. Maddy wouldn't admit to anyone, but she once spent an entire day listening to Back in Black on repeat. It's a good album. Why wouldn't you?
Maddy looks too young.
No one's too young for AC/DC.
This is the old man.
Says the old man. Yes.
It's okay. I like AC/DC too. We can be old together.
Well, I tried. We're less on a highway and more just a what? Embouchure to the Empyrean. I know what Empyrean means. I don't know what embouchure means.
Yay, more new words.
More new words.
The brigand in the porthole has an embouchure. Wait, where's my dictionary?
E-M.
Hold on.
Okay. E-M.
E-M.
B-O-U.
B-O-U.
C-H-U.
C-H-U.
R-E.
R-E. Embouchure. Embouchure. It means the mouth of a river, the opening of a valley into a plain. For music, it means the mouthpiece of a wind instrument, and the adjustment of a player's mouth to such a mouth.
So the mouth of a river or the opening of a valley into a plain. Okay. Embouchure. An embouchure to the Empyrean.
What's an Empyrean?
It's like it's what separates, or no, it's like another basically a fancy word for like the afterlife of another plane, the Empyrean plane. It's another plane. In D&D, if you, or no, not in D&D, sorry, in ancient, I think D&D may have borrowed, but like in some ancient beliefs, if you crack the Empyrean, fire comes onto the earth.
Empyrean.
No, I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
Embouchure of the Empyrean.
An entrance to heaven. Oh, he would have explained everything to us right there and then. Perspicacity. Very roughly speaking, yeah. But hell, I haven't seen the other side, so I can't even say that for sure. I'm fairly certain there's something there, though, which, I don't know. I can take comfort in that, I guess. Oh, and speaking of comfort, how are you feeling? Like every particle in my body is slowly moving away from every other particle in my body. That was rather eloquent. Expressing your feelings eloquently doesn't make them more valid, but it can make them easier for other people to understand. What use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to describe it? Day 2, 11 p.m. in the terminal.
Day 2.
My head freaking hurts. It sucks and stuff.
Plain water and go to sleep.
I keep telling you, the painkillers will take effect in a few minutes.
You guys are terrible grown-ups. She's 14 years old. You gave her 4 special shots, and now you're giving her painkillers.
I'm not gonna stop yelling about it until they do. You know, some philosophers believe that experiencing pain is one of the best ways to make sure you're alive. Chase met some of these guys. He swears it. He's just had too much time to forget their names. That sounds fake. Which philosophers? Famous ones? Oh my gosh, you're actually just making it up. Possibly. You could have sold it better. Say that some famous singer said it instead. Cross that generational gap. You gotta appeal to the kids. Why is she doing the Phoenix Wright objection? I feel like every time I do that, I just end up looking like one of those old guys who's afraid of wide-ranging societal shifts. Jay spent so much time being an old guy, he's almost begun doubting whether he was ever really young. I mean, you are old. I'm not. You're like 6,000 years old. You gotta give me this one. Fine.
He's 6,000 years old.
He's not 6,000. 200, I think, so that's what they said. How's your head feeling? It still sucks. How about we grab a drink and go sit outside? It's nice and cool out there. Do I have to? That's the yes you do face. Yep. How are you feeling now? Better, marginally. Things existing at the margin still deserve attention. Come on, I'm sure the drink isn't hurting. What even is this? I put 6 sugars in it. Oh my god. Aw, you know me so well. I mean, they're not her parents, to be fair. What are her parents doing? Don't know. She's a 14-year-old girl out at 11 p.m. at night in some cafe.
With a strange man and a strange woman.
Yeah.
And another strange man who's dead.
So I blame the parents, really. More than anyone else. So how are things at home? Meh. What's that translate to in old people language? Things are normal, I guess. Mom's nearly done with her PhD. That sounds good. It is, probably. But she's pretty busy, so that means we're stuck eating microwave dinners at night. Ashley's parents have forbidden her from tinkering with the microwave after the magnetron incident. I like that it's capitalized. The magnetron incident.
Joe says, what use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to have it? It's true.
This is going to be advice somehow. Explains why you've barely left this place since last week. I mean, I'd be here anyway. True. You did ask her, right? What, if I could be here? Yeah, don't want to invoke her wrath, do I? Haha, she doesn't worry about me being here.
Who is Ashley's?
You remember when she talked to Maddy about liquor licensing laws, right? Don't you love it when the government offers to sell your rights back to you after they've confiscated them?
Does Ashley's parents belong to
The Council of Death? Maybe. I do love it, actually. I love it very much. I think it was more of a lecture than a conversation. After all, Maddy wasn't doing anything wrong aside from letting you hang around after hours. I'm still amazed that Maddy didn't just tell her that we're not technically subject to the regulations since we're not registered with anyone but the council.
So I guess the mom belongs to the actual government.
Maybe. She made the right choice. That would have been an ugly argument. But anyway, she's fine with me being here. She's got my mobile number, and as long as I respond to her check-in, she's not going to come and get me.
It's raining.
Good. I wouldn't want to worry her. Wonderful. Ugh. My arm will get wet. Don't worry about it. You can dry it off inside. Just try and enjoy the rain. Not everyone can enjoy the rain, Shay. Especially people with metallic robot arms. I was talking about fake philosophy earlier, but I really do think it is important to take a moment to enjoy things when you can. Rain can feel oppressive. It can stop you from going outside, doing the things you enjoy. But there's nothing like the smell of rain before sunrise. Petrichor. Yeah, it's faintly magical. Did I ever tell you that? Only about 100 times. Haha. I can hear it 101 times. It's okay. Alright, I'm actually getting kind of wet. Let's head in.
I miss it raining when we were on holiday and you come back after a long day out and then you're comfortable and then it starts to rain.
So, given the fact that I'm very obviously a dork with a bleeding heart, it's definitely safe to assume that I've let people other than you stay longer than they're technically allowed. You're so emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed it's actually impressive. Well, we all have our ways of coping with persistent extreme stress. Millennial things. Why don't all these poor kids just buy more money? Yeah, why don't they? Yep. But yes, I do understand how you feel. The separation, difficulty keeping your thoughts together, the base level feeling that something's slightly askew, and the fact, not the feeling, that your time is up. Never loved facts. Me neither. Honestly, I think it feels like having a cold just without any of the physical symptoms. I guess that description works too. It's not quite as compelling as the one about your particles being repulsive, though. Repulsive. Oi, that's definitely not what I meant by that one. Isn't it? It's about time.
It's about time. It's a double entendre.
It is a double entendre. Well, no, because a double entendre are usually sexual in nature. It has a double meaning.
I think you can use
double
entendre for it's
no.
only a
Yeah, I believe double entendre specifically for sexual innuendo.
Boo. It has double meaning.
Yes, it has a double meaning. I can't believe I created these beautiful creatures and you turned them into dumbwaiters. Alas, such is life.
I keep thinking those look like robots too, the cups.
The cups, they gotta pay rent somehow considering how many cups they drop. That's a feature, not a bug. It's to make them seem more alive. You've taught them to intentionally drop coffee cups in the name of verisimilitude?
Verisimilitude?
You'd hate for your little mechanical critters to be too good at their jobs. It would totally kill the vibe.
I don't think I've ever said the word out loud.
Maybe?
Verisimilitude?
Verisimilitude.
Verisimilitude?
Yes. Close. I'm going to get Maddy to start ordering cheaper cups.
Perspicacity.
See, I'm promoting efficiency in our procurement cycles. I hate whoever gave you that management book. I'm sensing some hostility. Do I need to talk to HR? Who's our human resources manager? I'm sure it's very good at its job, just not at busting coffee.
Oh, she really loves her little robots.
Little ashlings.
Yeah.
Hi, how come the face isn't here?
This is a different one.
This is a different
She
one,
has
is it?
more than
Okay,
the three
fine.
weirdos.
Oh, is that your mom? Ah, Maddy wants us downstairs. No, it's not. Oh,
It is time. It's about time.
It's about time. Oh, I suppose she's done setting up. Remember that movie we watched, About Time? It was billed as a comedy.
It's a lie.
Don't fucking believe it.
It's really good, but
It's really
not
good,
a comedy.
but it's not a comedy. I mean, there are funny stuff in it, but it's not a comedy.
It's a
Cried-
comedy the way British people think.
I cried
Things
like
are
a baby
comedy.
at the end.
It had happy ending though, right?
Yes and no. I mean,
I don't remember.
it's
the
not.
ending
It's
right
not a. There is sadness. Like there's sadness mixed in with the laughter, and there's sadness mixed in with the. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, and I think you've forgotten what happens, but it is very much bittersweet, and I cried a lot at the end of it.
You don't like emotions.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of no, that's not true. I'm glad she was able to do it without me. You have to go check her work now. Gosh, so proud. Taught her everything I know. You're a gremlin, you know that? Gremlins are often blamed for mechanical problems, so in Ashley's case, that description fits perfectly. Of course. It's a good face. Shall we? Oh, she's lifted up her little curtsy. A little curtsy.
Mm-hmm. I want a
Adorable.
little Ashley. She could fix things around the house. and then when we get tired of her, we just put her back in the game.
Fix things. Yes.
Then we'll come home and then a knife
Knives
will
up on
swing
the, yeah.
straight at my eyeball. Oh.
Creepy. Day 3, 12 a.m. Basement.
Ooh.
So we're past midnight. That looks like what we saw in the beginning.
Mm.
Cough. Cough, cough. It's too bloody damp down here. That's Che. I know, we're underground, but I don't suppose there are any windows we could open? I know we're underground, but I don't suppose there are any windows we could open. There's a ventilation duct in here somewhere. Maddy? Mind opening it up? Get some fresh air circulating? Other end's blocked right now. There's a dumpster sitting on top of it. You'll have to grin and bear it. Can we hurry this up? We've done this before, old man. Some people think Che is wise beyond his years. The truth is he just doesn't look his age. You know it takes a while to set up.
Then why you call them down already?
I don't appreciate your tone. Sorry. At the very least, can we turn some lights on? With all the crap you've got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Maddy has more important things to do than declutter the cafe. Ashley, would you mind?
Okay, this
This
the
is
start,
exactly
yeah.
because there's Ned. Yeah. There's Ned and there's Keyshawn. This
I
is
think the person complaining was Ned, not
Yeah,
Che. Yeah.
it was Ned. It was definitely
Yeah.
Ned because I remember seeing his
So I think this is
Aussie
where we
his
started.
Aussie football his Aussie rules football
Yeah, this
thing.
is where we started.
I think this is where we started. Yeah. Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Sigh. Practice makes perfect. Keeping a place organized is easy. You just have to clean a little bit every single day. Just. You just have to do that.
I found that that is actually true.
Yeah. Hey, Maddy. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Yeah, this is what we saw at the beginning. So this is... it was... Yeah. Great. Now, Che? What's up, little P? Some people use diminutive nicknames to create emotional distance. Che uses them to close that distance. I found you a chair. Ah, thank you. So, this whole thing. Surely it's not legal, yeah? Yes, the council found it confronting. For good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate. It's not just bureaucracy. Sometimes the powers that be are willing to turn a blind eye, but patience and leniency are both in limited supply these days. Shush, you. Most rules can be bent, after all. Sigh. And Maddy has a particular fascination with breaking rules. Maddy says that the only reason she learned the rules is so that she would know when to break them. She's only half joking. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Bah. Is this related to her gambling for time? Mm-hmm. So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. The council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. Suppressing information doesn't make it go away. It just hides it from the eyes of people who lack the curiosity and persistence to uncover it. Yeah? For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? The light went up. Question's irrelevant. Because it's banned. Strictly verboten, off limits, and likely to be met with a harsh penalty.
What's he doing here then?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused by this. Extremely cool? That's what I call it. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. Rituals are boring. It's the consequences that you have to worry about. But hey, we're among friends, so we can call it what it really is. This is definitely the beginning. She says necromancy. Yep, necromancy.
And who are they trying to bring back?
All those hours, now we have a flashback. All those hours are in this tree. Why did you hoard the hours here instead of using them to pay off your debt? Why would I use them to pay off a debt if I could use them to save a life instead? Oh shit. Alright. How can I help? By being the person to be raised. Will the subject please step forward?
Oh.
Oh. Council Gazette. We regret to inform you of the passing of... Oh! We regret to inform you of the passing of Che... Oh, shit! Son! We regret to inform you of the passing of Che Wu, a beloved fixture in the Australian alchemical community and owner of the terminal. As an innovator in alchemy and material spellcraft, and as a friend to anyone and everyone who walked through his doors,
this is why Ned is
he will be
with
missed.
it.
Yep. The best compliment a man like Che could ask for. You ready to do this again? Sure. Trying to kill me this time. Try not to kill me this time. Cool. Ashley, let's do this. Ready when you are. That's why Ned's here. I hate this. You have reservations? It's unnatural to store hours in a non-sentient being like that. I can still feel pain. It can still feel pain, and this is a very painful process. For everyone involved. Yeah? Yeah. Guess it's time for us to watch the show. Let's see how badly this can go wrong. Yay. Calcination. Solution. Ooh. This is very nice. Separation. Conjunction. Putrefaction. Congelation. Cibation. I don't know what half these words mean. Sublimation. I know that one. Fermentation. I know that one too. Exaltation. Multiplication. Projection. Okay, maybe a third of these words I don't know what they mean. Conjunction. Conjunction function. What's your function? Suspected something about Che's restrictions. Good enough. Ashley? Everything's nominal on my end. We're looking good, so let's get started. Increase power to 80%. Cibation. Oh. Oh. Holding steady. Cool. Next segment. Activating. Spinning faster. How are we doing?
Cibation doesn't seem to be a real word.
Oh. It's going fine. Conjunction's about halfway open. Ooh. Oh, I dropped my phone. Nobody panic. I'll panic a little bit. It's my phone. Just concentrate. Is that? Oh, that's the tree. Having some issues here. Hey, we need more power. Yep, ramping it up. I don't know if this will melt our conduits, though. Oh, crap. Yep, our conduits are definitely melting. Ashley, languid...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Fuck. Bypass it. I can patch the wires, but I don't know what else I can... Do that, now! On it! How close are we to finishing the cibation? Maybe it's like an incantation? We're about 90%.
Oh, no!
Didn't work. Shit. Shit. Are we gonna try again?
Oh, cibation is the process of feeding the alchemical crucible with fresh materials during the course of an operation.
Oh, so it's a alchemical word. Okay. Are we going to try again? I think I have to reinforce the wires and that'll fix it. Yes. We're going to keep going until we make it through. Do or die. Reset, then, and start again. Calcination. Separation. Conjunction. Libation. Arg, not again. Just a couple seconds more. And... you've got it. Get away from that, Ashley. It's definitely going to explode. Yes! Beginning sublimation. Sublimation. You got this, Maddy. What's next? I've opened the connection. All I've got to do is transfer the time. How are you feeling, Che? I don't know. Che? Uh-oh.
Che does not look good.
Sublimation. No! Okay, we won't stop. We've gotten this far. I'm not giving up now, damn it. Maddy? I can't hold on to it. It's slipping out of my fingers. Energy levels are dropping again. See if you can keep it going for just a few more moments. Rerouting. Oh,
No.
don't think it worked. We could try it again. I don't plan on stopping. I think the conduit's only going to last one more go, then it's kaput. And maybe you're kaput too. I don't know. Shit. Alright, Ashley, take your position again. We'll get it this time. Stop. Just stop. No, I nearly got it, I swear. You are not going to bring me back. No. I've humored this enough. You've done your best, but this task is beyond you. Harsh. I need to move on, and it's time to make your peace with this instead of trying to pervert the natural course of things. You've never asked me if I wanted to stay. You just made the choice for me and hurt yourself and everyone around you in the process. Oh, this music's a bit on point. Let me leave. Fuck. Why did everything get heavy this episode?
Yo.
No.
I just want to see Ashley throw knives at things.
No.
Also, the writing is really good, damn it.
Yeah, it's really good. Should look into twine or inkle.
Twinery?
Twine. Oh. Jacoby, you're a goddamn bin chicken is what you are.
What's up with the three of you?
What? No way. Crabs don't eat sushi or garbage. You don't know that? Yeah, well, you know what does eat sushi and garbage? Treskiornis molucca, otherwise known as the Australian bin chicken. Is that a real thing? We find that term offensive. We're actually white ibises. Aha! Ha! Incriminated yourself there. I expect nothing less from a bin chicken. What the hell's a bin chicken? Damn it. Okay, so moving on. Classic misdirection. No, seriously, did you two see what happened back there? Oh, it is an ibis. Interesting. A bin chicken. Is it because they eat from...
It's the Australia's most hated bird.
Hilarious. Is it because it's constantly going around? Is it like a seagull, but, you know, everywhere?
So, they were worshipped in ancient times.
In Egypt, yeah.
And it's one of the 3 ibis species.
They're
it's rare
native.
to see them, but now you see them everywhere.
Like Thought was an ibis. Thoth, the god of writing, like the Egyptian god of writing and such. He was also a very good character in Neil Gaiman's American Gods.
I think basically they just overrun.
Yeah, like seagulls lah.
Yeah.
They're just obnoxious shitbirds. Pigeons in New York. No, seriously, did you see what happened back there? Yeah, that was rough. And yes, that thing with the ritual was also tough to watch. You weren't here when Che died, but I remember. They just behaved like nothing had happened. Oh. My impression was that neither of them had ever remotely considered the possibility of failure. Idiots. Yes, but we're only here because of them, so we should be respectful. It seems to me like nobody in this cafe really seems to think things through. You're not wrong. Yep. This place has a weird effect on people. Too much magic in the air, maybe? Who knows? Will they be okay? I don't know how I'd forgive something like that. Being kept here against my will while my very essence breaks down? That is what I believe kids these days call a party foul. Honestly, I don't know.
How long has Che been dead?
Yeah. I think Maddy probably has some self-reflection to do.
Did they ever say how long she's been in the boss of the terminal? Because that's probably when Che died.
No. Although Ned was surprised that she was the owner now, remember?
Oh, that's true. That's true. But Ned obviously knows that Che is dead because that's why
yeah,
she's allowing
that's why he's down there.
things.
Yeah. Ned would definitely know. I think as a dead person himself, right? Pair of saps, aren't we? Oh. Well, okay. We can read some stories, but then we're probably going to have to finish. We won't be able to get to the next chapter today. But this game turned out to be a lot longer than I thought.
I thought you said 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more than 8 hours already.
What is this? Sometimes I just sit. I think all these stories are probably going to be pretty heavy.
Yeah. Do you want to end a little bit early today?
Judgment 1. Yeah, I probably should. I got editing to do. Let me just find where the other stories are.
Also, I think ending with the reveal is a nice way
That is a good reveal.
Man,
that did not go where I thought it was going. I thought they were going to use it for Kishan. Judgment 2. I already saw that one, right? Judgment 2?
I thought it would be Ashley.
Oh, it's Beth. Oh, yeah, Beth.
Beth is the stabby.
Yeah, Beth 3. Beth was the knife. Oh, it isn't. Oh, no, it's a. Is that a knife? It is a knife.
Yeah, it's a knife.
It's a knife.
It's a tree.
So Beth 3. So there's usually 5 in the rooms, which is why I'm looking around to see if I can find the other ones. There should be one here, or maybe before the door, before I get out. Aha! Who wants to live forever? Okay, so that's
It's Maddy and Che.
yeah. So that's 1. And then there was this one, Judgment 2. That's 2. Then there was the knife, Beth 3. So that's 3. And there was one more that I found just now. Where was it? Damn it! I can forget all this the next time we come back in a week. I'm gonna be like somewhere on the floor. Ah, cherished moments. Okay. Ah, the bottle. Yes. Sometimes I just sit. All right. So those are our 5 then.
Okay.
Okay. So we will end here. How do I end here? Ah, yes. Okay. So let me just look at the memories here real quick. Oh. Beth 3, right? So there's 1 there. So that's 2. I'm trying to see how many we have left. That might tell me how close we are to the end. 3, 4. Oh, just 4. 1, 2, 3.
I guess we don't have to go to the
4.
2 side quests to finish the main story.
Yeah. 5. Oh, so okay. We're okay. Well, then we probably will finish this game next week. At least the main story. I do want to do. Yeah, we want to do the side stories as well. So we should, if going by these memories, because this set of 5 seems to be the last 5 memories. So then we should probably finish the main story next week. Tomorrow I will be back for a Dan Playthrough's backlog, and I'm playing either Heaven's Vault, or Hero Hours Contract, because Felicia and I have to decide what we're going to play after this game, and it might be Heaven's Vault. We haven't decided yet.
Oh, I need to learn more about it.
Yes, Felicia has to learn more about it. That's her homework for tomorrow. Or actually, tonight. And then Thursday, Psychonauts. I'm back to Psychonauts. I didn't get to play any this weekend. So I'll play Psychonauts on Thursday. On the weekend, I will play Marvel's Avengers, because there's the new Black Panther story arc. The single player story.
This weekend we're also back to writing.
And I'm back to writing.
Yay.
And then next Tuesday, we will finish the main story at least.
I don't want to leave them behind.
Necrobarista. We do have 2 side stories. I don't know how long those are.
I wonder if there's any extra like adaptation content and stuff like.
If there isn't, there should be.
Yeah. We should write to them and say we need more.
We need more. All right. So we will end here. Let's get to the title so that we can quit out properly.
I learned so many new things.
Yeah, there's a lot of new words.
Like
That's fine.
bin chicken.
Bin chicken, yeah. It's hilarious that it is the most hated bird. In all of Australia, or just like...
All of Australia.
Okay, well, there you go.
Australia's most hated bird.
Australia's most hated bird. Well, thank you for joining us today. It's raining in the in Necrobarista now. And I will see you tomorrow. Felicia will see you next Tuesday, probably.
I'll randomly yell stuff so you guys can hear me.
She does randomly yell stuff when I'm playing other games, so that's always fun and exciting. You can totally see my color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see the pink and the blue.
And the blue.
You can see yours
At
is
least on
brighter
my
than
screen.
mine this time. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Joe, for chatting. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.